Hello and welcome to the Pedro and Banana podcast. Hello, Hannah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Looking very official today. Hannah is, yeah.
I am.
Official Hannah.
I am. Because you've been calling me a pig in my pink jumper.
Never called you a pig though, did I?
Oh, no, you just kept coming in going.
No, I didn't. I said you were sitting like.
I was working.
Computer.
Rude. Just rude.
Pancakes.
I like pancakes.
Yeah,
no,
I bet you
and then I just thought, well, now you're making us be filmed for
No,
this.
come on, let's
I
say
should
it
dress
set
a
up.
bit better. But hold on. I don't know if you know, but Hugh Edwards has just resigned.
Who is that?
The BBC newsreader, the famous Welsh one.
No idea who that is.
Yes, you know exactly
No
who
idea.
that is. Well,
Has he
he's
got-
just
Has
resigned.
he got grey hair?
Yeah.
Is he old?
Yeah.
That's literally every newscaster in the world.
He's just resigned, and I just thought, just in case anyone sees this and wants to give me a job, I better look a bit better than my pink.
Hannah
porky
on the
jumper.
nose. Bubbling up in the nose, Hannah. Yeah, you look good. You look very official. Yeah, you make me look like shit though, don't you? In a Nike hoodie.
I did think that with your gym gear on.
Yeah, thanks for that, Hannah. I appreciate you coming in looking top drawer and leaving me looking like shit, not even suggesting to me that I should get changed so that we both
Ooh,
look official.
can I pick your outfit next time?
Absolutely not. No way at all.
Yes.
No way at all.
That's the plan. I'll pick your outfit. That'll be fun.
Never going to happen.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
Yeah.
No, I'm not wearing a spandex leotard. I'm not wearing
Why?
any shoulder pads. I'm not wearing bright orange. Where do they sell things that are bright? Is there a shop that's like bright orange nutterwomen.com or?
I don't know if this was. I'm not sure where this one's from. I actually. Oh, it might be Quiz. Because I got matching shorts.
Quiz.
No, not Quiz. Quiz.
That's what I said. Quiz. Yeah.
Quiz. Like a
Quiz.
pub quiz.
Hannah shops in Quiz.
This is just rude now.
Do you walk past the window and sort of see this Dayglow superpower colourful bright orange jacket from a distance and go, right, I'm going in, I'm getting it? Or do you happen to be in there and do you ever think maybe your vision is like diluted or something?
Why? Because I like bright colours.
But maybe you don't. Maybe you just think that they're normal colours. But you look
do,
like...
Yeah, you do comment on my colours quite a lot, actually.
Well, yeah, you look like a sort of posh lollipop lady, really.
The funniest thing is that I love wearing black, and a lot of the time I do wear black, but it's when I put a colour on that people go, ooh, you look good in that colour.
Didn't you say to me that paler skinned women look better in like really bright colours?
No. It depends on the skin tone. It doesn't matter whether you're pale or dark.
What skin tone would you say you are?
I am incredibly pale, apart from my holiday freckles.
See your... Let's see how pale
Are you
are.
zooming in on my face? Because
No,
this
I'm
isn't
not
fair,
zooming
because
in.
I
I'm
can't
not
see
zooming
what
in.
you're doing.
I'm just looking at the camera, seeing the contrast between the orange. But you don't like green, like you wouldn't wear bright green.
So I can't wear pastel colours because I'm super pale. I can only wear dark or vibrant colours.
When you say pastel, do you mean like...
I mean like pale blue, pale greens.
like a box of chalk?
Yeah, I can't wear those because I look like death. And then I've got those on and I just look even more like death. I don't have enough red blood cells, I don't think.
No, I don't know if it's that.
I'm just pale. My friends call it English rose. But I'm English rose with freckles.
I think you look dirty Irish,
Yeah, you do say that.
not English rose.
No, but I am
English
English rose
rose
in the
is
winter.
English-
It's just
I don't
holiday.
English rose is not that many freckles. It's like a couple on the cheek and...
This has only happened in the past couple of years, though, the full freckles. I always used to have a few here and a few there, but it's literally everywhere now. But that's, I think, having a few winter holidays just goes...
Look at she living it up. Okay, so we're going to talk about our subject matter for today, which is the cost of living crisis and what a load of bollocks it is, Hannah. What do you think about that?
Ugh,
Well, what have you got to say about it, Hannah?
it's stressful.
So,
I don't
okay,
wanna
well, that
say
sums that
too-
up then.
Yeah.
Cost of living crisis is stressful. Well done. Sorted, Hannah. Until next week.
It's just too much. There's just too many things to talk about on this subject. I don't quite know where you want to
Okay,
begin.
well, let's start from the beginning, okay? So,
Putin? Where are we starting? Because it all comes from everywhere.
It's way before that. Okay, so we have a cost of living crisis. Everything's gone up massively. The cost. Hannah's telling me to put my mouth close
Because
to
you're like, you sound really far away to me.
Oh well, I don't need you to give me tips on the fly.
Oh yeah,
just because you've got a professional jacket on. so
you're like,
so Hannah's like, so Hannah's off camera. She's going like this, she's going.
Because you sound so far away. You might as well be in the garden.
Okay, well, what about now? What about now, Hannah? Huh? What about if I do the rest of this like this?
Wow, no, don't. You'll annoy yourself. No, because I'm only reminding you because last time you hated it when you were editing. You were like, oh, you sound dreadful.
Sit up a bit,
yeah, I know, but I don't feel comfortable.
No, even a little bit more than that. Sit up a bit straight. That's it. Get that
Hold on, but
get that mic closer to your face. Yeah, no, closer. And no one can hear you, Hannah.
That's
it. Yes. Yes. Now
this
we're looking.
Better not be OnlyFans practice.
Make a professional face. How would you look if you were a newscaster? Give me the newscaster face.
Mm.
Was
that good?
Do like a news intro then.
I don't know. Whenever I want to do a news intro, I always go do 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 like countdown.
You know they have their own sound. You just have to say tonight.
Good evening and welcome to the 10 o'clock news.
Oh, it's not bad, Hannah.
Thanks.
Not bad at all.
Can we send this to the BBC?
Anyway, yeah, so we're talking about the cost of living crisis because, first of all, if we start from the very beginning, we had a pandemic and everybody thought it was free. Obviously, apart from all the death, everybody thought all that money that they gave you to support yourself was free. And that's here and elsewhere in the world where they sent these support packages home to everybody. And even before that, in the 2008 crisis, when the banks fucked everybody right up their arse.
Yeah, that was fun.
By combining bad debt with good, and then saying it was because people didn't pay their mortgages and took out too many mortgages that the banks made available in the first place. And so when the building blocks of society around the world just fell apart, what did the governments do? Well, they printed a shit ton of money. And then they gave that shit ton of money to the banks to lend to us with interest for mortgages and loans and everything else, yeah? And so the banks got rich, the people that fucked us in the first place. And then the pandemic comes. Well, we didn't start it. Did you start it, Hannah?
The pandemic.
Yeah, you look suspicious.
I didn't start it.
If COVID was a colour, it'd be orange, I reckon.
I was quite near the beginning of it, but I definitely didn't start it.
The point is that we sat around basically doing nothing for 2 years, yeah. And how do world governments stop a total downfall of society in that situation? How do they control the masses in that? Well, it's with money, isn't it? If you're not at work and you're not getting paid, and there is no stimulus, there's no stimulus in society in people working and generating money. For GDP for 2 years.
Yeah.
Where's that money come from? Well, the reality is that once again, they printed a shit ton of money. And then they took all that money and they gave it to the banks again. And the banks lent it out or gave it out through this means and that means. And none of it was free. No. None of it was free at all. There was nothing free about any of it. Because what happened is that as soon as the pandemic ended, when you encompass and combine what happened in 2008 and you put all that into a big melting pot, well, we've printed a shit ton more money. So the value of your individual pound or dollar, although it looks the same to you on a piece of paper or on your bank statement, actually on the world stage, it's worth fuck all by comparison. So let's say, for example, in 2019, you could buy 5 pairs for $1. Yeah, five edible pears, not 2 things 5 times. Pears, the fruit. Let's say apples.
Say edible pears, and then you were like edible pears. My brain went straight to.
Everyone says apples.
Yeah, but when you said that, pears. But then you went pears, like edible ones, and I'm like edible pear and knickers. Like my brain could not work out where you were. I went completely the wrong route.
I was cutting pears in the fucking kitchen.
Yes,
what an arsehole.
They do look pretty though.
Anyway. So, if $1 in 2019 could buy 5 apples, yeah, right? That's because the value of that dollar in the world market was what it was, equivalent to being able to buy 5 apples. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But by the time you get to the point that you've printed loads and loads of money, that same dollar now only buys 3 apples. Yeah? But you and your family, you still want to eat 5 because you've been always at 5. You might have 5 people in your family. Everybody wants their own fucking apple. You don't want to share an apple with your sister, who's a prick anyway. You don't talk to her.
Not my sister. We love my sister.
You love your sister, but she's not sharing my apple. That's what I'm saying.
You like my sister. You'd share your apple with
Yeah,
my
okay.
sister.
Well, I might share my apple with your sister, but I'm saying that if I had a choice between sharing my apple with your sister or your sister getting her own apple because the government didn't flip me up the arse, yeah, so I've got to share my apple, I would happily have her. She has her apple, I have my apple, and everybody's happy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so instead, so you go to places now, and your pound or dollar that used to buy you your 5 apples now only buys 3, but you still want 5. In fact, they come in a bag of fucking 5. They come in a bag of 10, but let's say, for example, they come in a bag of 5. Now, in order for you to buy your 5 apples, you're talking about £1.63, $1.63. Yeah, that's a massive increase. That's a 2/3 increase at least. Yeah, and in some cases, I heard on the news, like hotels and things that we do for fun or pleasure or whatever, doubled in price because greed is also a problem. People have taken advantage of the situation and said, well, you know, everybody's accepting prices are going up. I'm going to put mine up and be a greedy fucking prick and take everybody's money. You see?
Yeah.
And because that situation is like a domino effect again and again and again, yeah? Everything just goes up and up and up and up and up, yeah?
Yeah.
Not to mention that because inflation pushes the prices of everything up, so too do the banks benefit when they're charging a shit ton more interest on people's mortgages. We are getting fucked left, right and centre. We are getting taxed left, right and centre.
Oh, yeah.
Left, right and centre. And there is no hope, especially for the young. Hannah, your view?
It just all feels like a trap.
Thank you very much, Hannah.
That's good.
No, go on.
I
want to know what you feel about it. Well, how does it make you feel?
Oh, I permanently feel stressed about money. But because, everything's just insane. Petrol, if you think about cost of fuel, not that long ago when we could afford our fuel, we could afford our food, all of those things.
But petrol's always been quite expensive.
It has, but it's a lot more.
Considered expensive.
Yeah, but no, it's a lot more than what it was a couple of years ago. It has gone up quite a lot.
The cost of public transport has gone up.
Everything.
As well.
Cost of everything has gone up. But what hasn't gone up are our salaries and our wages and our income.
Not been in line with inflation. And also, there's no undermining of the housing market. There's no basic fundamental right to a living arrangement anymore.
No.
It used to be that, especially here, England is a sort of, it's not really, it's not a capitalist democracy.
No.
It's a socialist democracy. It always was. It's become a lot more capitalist, especially since I was young. But it was always sort of a kind of socialist democracy. When I was a kid, we had, British Gas, British Telecom, what others were there? What was the water one? It wasn't called British Water, was it? There was a main water one. There was all these main companies, all these government companies, British Steel, British Coal, all that,
Yeah.
All those things existed, and we sort of survived really as a socialist country, where these single entities that were empowered by the government, rolled out by the government, controlled by the government, supplied everything to everyone, and everybody had sort of social housing. People didn't really buy houses back when I was a kid. It wasn't a thing so much, It was much more that people would try and get social housing. And since the Thatcher years, sort of beyond there, everything's become a lot more American. We've privatised everything. We've made it so that your house, Margaret Thatcher famously introduced the whole right to buy scheme. Everybody bought their council house for a song. And you know, people even today still exploit the housing sector for benefit. The buy to let thing is still very much
huge.
alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And buying properties for a song, you know, interest only deals, buying a house, putting a very small amount of money into a flat, accepting anyone, including department and working pension benefit people
Yeah.
that need a place, you know, and that's all well and good. But really, there should be social housing provided by the social sector. So in some places, there's 14,000 people on a waiting list. I mean, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And in other ways, like this demand impact has also pushed the prices up because people that own the rentals, their mortgages have gone up.
Yep.
So they've had to pass the cost on to the renters.
Yep.
Everybody's getting fucked, and I do mean fucked.
Wow.
You know, like fucking hell. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I've got
Definitely
water in my
feeling
eyes. Yeah.
We're all
And not
feeling
from
the pinch,
crying.
sure.
You know?
It is very stressful right now. It feels like it too. It does feel like everybody is feeling it. There's not one person that I know who isn't.
So do you notice from like month to month that actually your buying power compared to what you used to be, I know you've got more responsibilities than you used to have, but do you notice that your buying power, specifically you, is a lot less than it would be like a few years ago? Let's say, imagine 2018, 2019, when you would go about your normal life, go out with your friends, have a drink, buy some food, pay your bills, all that stuff. You'd look in your bank. Did you feel a lot more comfortable that every month that you had more money as a little pillow to get by on? Do you notice now that you look at your bank and think, oh fuck, I'm nearly out of money?
That's the tricky thing. So for me, I've always been a huge saver, so
Yes.
I'm not a big spender.
No.
And I'm quite good with my money in that respect, and I'm very aware of it. But if you're asking me about 2018, 2019, I'd been saving for God knows how many years for a mortgage. So I had quite a nice,
more day-to-day
I had quite
life,
a nice
I mean.
comfort amount there. No, because I didn't need to notice. I didn't. And
But what
I
about-
can
what-
openly say that I didn't look at my bank account that often because I just knew I had a lot of money in there. I would go and do what I wanted to do.
No, I'm not talking about your saving money. I'm
Nah,
talking about your spending money.
No, but that was all one and the
Everybody's-
same for me. I didn't have a separate savings account or anything. It was all just
Right.
the one thing. That it was all one and the same. But I didn't have to worry.
Yeah.
You know, I was careful with my money, yes, but I didn't not do things. If I wanted to go on holiday, I went on holiday. If I wanted to buy myself a nice new pair of shoes, I would do so.
Yeah.
You know, I would spend a lot more on my family for their birthdays without even thinking about it. Now, I'm sitting there looking at my bank account going, am I going to have enough money in my
To pay
bank
this
next
bill.
month
Yeah.
to pay
this
for
big
everything?
bill that's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I don't know.
It's crazy.
Month to month, I
And-
don't know if I'll have enough.
Yeah, and so we work in a business together, and that business has always sort of ticked by. We've sort of made a living from it, really. There's been some prior to the pandemic. We had a really hard time then because obviously we were pretty much out of business for 2 years.
That's why we ended up doing this.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But before that, we used to take, a modest living. Everybody got a salary from it, and we sort of coasted by. I don't remember us ever particularly worrying about money. Our overheads would have been lower then because, life was more simple. But ultimately, I obviously money bought a lot more, and I could really.
Well,
feel
I think
that.
actually the biggest part that you notice it more in than anything is food. I think it's food. When you're in the supermarket and you're walking around, like you say with fruit, not so much with the fruit, but there are some products that you're just like, oh, I'm not paying that for that.
Yeah.
And it is insane. Like some of the things you're just like, no way. And there'll be other things where you're like, oh, that's the same price as it always was. But then you go and pick it up and it's like 10 times smaller in the same package than what it was.
Shrinkflation, they
Exactly.
call that. Yeah.
And it's like, what are we actually paying for? Like, what are we doing?
Absolutely right. And in fact, a big shout out to Aldi because it's the only place that I go when I need to buy some groceries.
Yeah.
And by the time I get to the checkout, I don't feel like I'm being stiffed.
Yeah, I agree.
I always feel like in Aldi, that and we're not sponsored by Aldi. We've got nothing to do with Aldi. Aldi, if you want to sponsor us, I'm up for it.
Yeah,
I'll wear an
we'll take
Aldi
it.
hat, But just as a real person, I have to say that the value in Aldi compared to other supermarkets,
Massively.
I think is much better.
Massively.
I feel better about myself at the checkout
100%.
when I don't feel like I've just got screwed.
Well, I actually even do the thing where I look and I'm like looking at all the items and I'm like, wow, I got all of this for this. But it shouldn't be like a wow moment.
No.
It should cost that much. It shouldn't be any different anywhere else. Like I used to shop at Tesco's or the local Sainsbury's all the time. Just because it was local at one point, not because I wanted to specifically go there. But it was never the cost of it, what it is now at all. It's just terrifying. It is actually terrifying.
And so also there's a lot of conversation around the world about obviously ever aging populations. People, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's a problem within a problem within a problem. We talk about aging population and we talk about the need for people to have children. In the 1960s, the average family, I think, had 2.6 children or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on these figures. I just remember reading something in passing. But 2.6, and now it's like 1.3 or something. So it's like half what it was, the amount of people were having children. And obviously, there's a lot of people around the world, Elon Musk, people like that, gives a big shout to the idea of population collapse. The idea, like in Japan, where they sell more nappies for the elderly than they do for new children now. And it's a massive problem because obviously you can't have an ever-aging population because you need the fire of those young people out there willing to, you know, go out, work as a labourer, smashing up rocks all day so that some old geezer actually knows how to build something, can say to him, you know, let's get this done. And between them as a team, you know, the young grafter, the old boy who knows his stuff, this is just an example, you get the meat and potatoes, you're getting the full package, it's getting done. When you take away the lower you know, the lower spectrum of society, the younger people, because they're not being born, you lose that. You know, you can't. Old boys just standing there looking at a place. Nothing's getting done. Do you see what I mean? It's not moving. The initiative, the skill, the incentive's there. You know, the drive is still there, but the strength is not. And the fire is not. It comes from the young. You know, the fire of society is driven by the young.
But the young are completely lost right now.
They're lost.
They are so lost.
They're lost. So
mostly inside a screen, actually.
Well, not just that, but try and imagine this, yeah? And I know you're still a young woman. But
I'm not that young.
No, well,
I'm like nearly middle-aged now.
I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah, that's thanks. I like that you still see me as young. I'll take it.
I really like your orange jacket. Did I mention that? I like the way it matches the light behind my head.
Do you know what? I did think that when I sat down.
Ooh.
Do you know what makes my outfit even better?
Go on.
My gardening and decorating boots I've got with it.
Those boots. These boots. Look at these boots. This is.
Hey, they do a lot of work.
This is definitely Hannah post financial crisis.
No, they're just. Boots. I don't go out in them.
Those boots look like you're some sort of drifter or raider or something.
It's funny. I got my jacket on, and then I got tracksuit bottoms on my gardening boots.
Right, well,
I'm just ruining
Hannah's
everything.
Show. We're talking about financial crisis.
Oh, Hannah's fashion show. I'm not very fashionable.
You can do that episode if you want.
Because I am not fashionable at all.
Hannah's fashion show, but all our views like 10, 20, 100, 200. You know, Hannah's fashion show episode, 6 billion episodes, because that's how vain women are.
Rude. I'm not
like,
fashionable at all.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
not.
She's right. I should buy that. That curling
Can I just
iron.
can you see my full body if I stand up on this camera? Because you can see me and I can't.
You just see your fanny standing up and your
and my boots.
Yeah, try it. Go and stand up. Let's see.
No, you won't see it.
No, but let's just see the middle of you. Come on, because we might start up an OnlyFans and then people will want to know what they're going to get into.
Keep going on about the OnlyFans thing.
No, I'm only joking. Go on, stand up.
I don't think you are.
Maybe not. Oh look, it's Hannah's tits. Da, 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 da.
Can you see the tracksuit bottoms?
No, I actually don't care, and nor does anybody else. So
we've gone completely off track.
No, you have gone off track, Anna, because you always do this. You come on the show and you sabotage it. That's what you do.
Hey, I'll make it fun.
You dress posh.
Yeah, but you'll go into a rant and speak for hours and hours. Does anyone remember the cryptocurrency episode?
That was yeah. And to be fair, I did lose a shit ton of money. It's not the dream.
You did.
It's not the dream. It's a total scam.
I did all right.
Hannah Mason money. Yeah. I lost money because I got caught up in the hype. And do you know what? I think that if I'd have invested lightly, it being my first time in the market, I would have understood the game and sort of, took it easy, did a little bit. But because it was the first time I'd ever got involved in it, I really got drawn into the hype.
Yeah, but you were like literally looking at it every minute of every day because we didn't really have much to do then though, so that was quite fair. It wasn't like when we were busy at work.
I'm a fucking nutcase. Like I would definitely look at it every minute, every day because I'm a nervous bloody wreck about everything. I'm like worried about everything. So I would. So in terms of mental health, it wasn't good for me.
No.
Yeah.
It was a very good decision to not do it ever again.
Well, anyway, that's by and by for now. What I was saying before was, we're saying about the fire of the young and the birth rates being very low. Another very important factor to consider is that if you're young at the moment, we have nothing but absolute sympathy for you. And when I say young, I mean young working age, people just going out trying to make it or hoping for something better. It's a really, really difficult time to be a young person.
It's actually really disheartening too.
Incredibly.
They'll come out of college, they'll come out of university, expecting all these wonderful jobs and these wonderful things. And actually, they're either not there waiting for them because there's people working for much longer than we ever used to, which totally fair for them. Like, of course, they have to. That's what they do. But there's nothing else opening up for anybody else. They're applying for jobs just to have a job. And then they're going from one job to another job to another job. Me, who looks at CVs, I'm looking at it going, oh no, like, do we even see this person? Because they've had like 5 jobs this year. Is there something wrong? Are they flaky? But it might not even be that. It might be that they are just having to apply for whatever they can apply for just to get a job now. Whereas when, I suppose when you were younger, people had more of an idea of wanting a vocation and wanting, to be a nurse or to be a doctor. Like they had a thing and that was their one career that they were going to do. Now, we've discussed this. Young people aren't going to have careers so much. They're going to be doing a lot of different things. And they might even have 2 or 3 jobs at a time because it's just the way the world is now. It's such a different world. Completely different. Do you know what we should do?
Go on.
We should have our friends on and discuss it.
We're going to. We already did discuss it and we've already planned to have them
I know, but I was telling the viewers and listeners, do you know what we should do? Hey, I'm a really good newsreader here.
Yeah, but wait a minute, they're not here today, are they?
No, but I'm preempting a new episode with our buddies who are younger.
Why's it got to be a secret? Special secret. Someone might be coming on who we know. Who happens to be young and poor.
I may not be the person who talks about jacking off terrorists.
Well, while we're talking about being young and poor, our friends who are young and poor might be coming on. Another very important factor to consider is how many people do you think go and get the degree, get the debt, bearing in mind that also it used to be free to go to university. How many people do you think go there, get the debt, follow the path, that we're all taught we should follow, get this great education, very, well-educated, intelligent people at this point, come out of university and end up getting the same fucking job that they would have got if they hadn't gone at all?
There's a lot. There is a lot. I would say that I don't know personally a single person who's gone on to have a career in the subject they studied at university. Yeah. There's 1 or 2 who have probably jumped into jobs a lot quicker and easier. Yeah. But at a base level, right? Really, where yes, that company will only take you because you've got a degree, but really they're working alongside another company where someone could just go in from school having not had a degree and probably work themselves up in the same way that the person who has got a degree will work themselves up to the same sort of salary. To me, university now is starting to become a bit defunct.
It is, yeah.
Because when I look at CVs, when we're employing people, I don't go, oh, they've been to university, how wonderful. I look at all of the life experience. I look at the jobs that they've had to see what kind of personality or what person will fit the role that I'm trying to fill. I don't go, oh, university, what a great idea. No, let's hire them because they'll know so much more. Generally, unfortunately, they are academic. They've just gone from school to university. And then, sometimes some roles or most roles need people who have lived in the world a little.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, we're a little bit of an anomaly in as much as we employ people who are hardworking.
Yes.
And that's what we look for first. If you've got a great attitude, you're willing to work hard, willing to learn, we don't care if you've got no education.
No.
It's all about you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are born with a great deal of tenacity, you know, and that I think in terms of education, basic education, for my own children, certainly, one of the things that I find most important is that as long as they're tenacious, if they have doubt about their education, how well they're doing, how their scores are, I didn't do well on this, I just don't worry about it. I think to myself, you know what? I know you're born tenacious. I know that the very fact that it matters to you is everything. And I feel like when it comes to the crunch of it, you know, as long as we teach you a bit of graft, a bit of getting up and working hard, you're going to be all right.
But quite honestly, that is the way the world is now. And if really, unfortunately, people who are more people are going to do so much better in the world than people who are book smart, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Again, CVs. I don't look at GCSE results or anything on there other than that they have a basic English or a basic maths dependent on the role they're filling.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't care what they did when they were at secondary school. Look at all those kids right now who are 16, 17, 18, doing their GCSEs, doing their A-levels, stressing so much about them. And yet, in maybe 10 years' time, the person who's employing them doesn't even look at that bit.
No, yeah, that's true.
Isn't that stressful? That really upsets me.
They're conditioned to believe that it's the only way. Now, there is something to be said for education because obviously it does make a big difference. If you're good at maths, if you're good at English, you can write good. If you're good at maths, you can do a lot.
Of course. But university, do you know how many people I know who will say they did their A-levels and they were so much tougher than their university degree?
Really?
Their A-levels were harder. All of my family will say, and I've got quite a big family,
Really?
they will all tell you that the A-levels were much harder than the degree, and the degree was just a bit of fun.
So if you were...
and some of them have done tough ones.
If you were today at further education age, knowing what you know as of now, would you bother going?
No, not even remotely. I would not go to university.
Not even for all the booze and the sausage?
No, because...
they have cookouts, don't they? They have barbecues at university.
Oh, God.
So I've heard.
Yeah. More that now you've
cats.
Distracted me now because my brain isn't working.
A lot of cats, a lot of barbecues.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, because you kind of end up finding your own little social group outside of that, or you visit friends who do want to go to university. But why would I want to go get all that debt? You know.
And what are we talking? Your average degree is now what, 4 years?
Well, it's mostly 3, but there are 4.
But a lot more people will try and sit the masters and to get a little bit.
Yeah, if they can afford to, because they have to self-fund that.
Okay, well, let's say your average degree being, was it £9,000 a year now, roughly?
I don't actually know what it is at the moment.
You're talking about somewhere in between nearly 30 and nearly 40 grand to come out, whether with a basic degree or a first or whatever.
Yep.
And or a master's.
Yeah.
So you're coming out with that money. You only start to pay it once you earn above a certain salary, but of course nobody can survive on pretty much most salaries now. Mm-hmm. Middle classes are gone. Yeah. Gone for the moment.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject, talking about the young, what I find hard is when I was younger, I know I keep saying this curtain. This is not a curtain. I'm just pointing. Just moving.
Could you see what was behind it?
Just moving this nice.
Could you actually see what was behind it?
There's a crowd of people that I've stored in a cage that I'll be selling on later.
That's creepy.
Yeah, don't worry about what's behind there. We don't talk about
the listeners wonder why you only let me out once every couple of weeks. One day you're going to be in here podcasting on your own. I'll just get on the bike and my bum will be I'll literally be on that bike. And that angle.
Special secret room. I won't open mine. What I was going to say is that, also, I remember being young, and it is, to me, it's not very long ago, but it is a long time ago now. And when I was younger, there wasn't any social media, obviously. I'm that old. Yeah. It didn't exist.
University was where the life was then, though.
It was.
That's where you found it. Everyone, it was word of mouth. So where else would you get that? You got a group of young people. So-and-so says, we're having a rave.
No,
then it
people went
literally
out.
the word.
Everybody went out.
Yeah, but I'm saying word of mouth, it would just spread so quickly. Whereas now people sit at home, they look on social media. If someone goes, "Oh, there's an event on," they go, "Oh, should we go out? Should we not go out?" Most of the time, they'll stay in. It's a very different world. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's poxy like, oh, there's a fucking cheese festival. There wasn't it. Whereas we were like, there's a rave, and you only had a flyer, and nobody had a mobile phone, so you had to call a phone box.
See, that's cool. There's like an adventure.
2 hours, an hour before the venue.
Yeah, that's fun.
And there'd be a recorded message telling people where it was, and that's how the illegal rave started.
Yeah.
It was, and then those raves got taken over by being legit, and people just went out, had fun. People went out on Friday to a pub where you could smoke, where you could do what you wanted, where the people could all get together in a place where they were free. Every freedom has been taken away. Clubs are gone. Pubs are shit. They're all restaurants now. Pubs are restaurants.
Yeah, but think about it. How much was a pint of beer when you were going out?
Yeah, I don't even remember. But I know I didn't care.
Exactly. And now people are like, oh, I can't go out at the weekend. I need to earn some money before I can go out again.
So how much is a pint of beer now?
I don't drink beer.
Well, how much was a
Well, a cocktail is anywhere between £8 and £12, £15 if you're in London.
How many of them would you need to drink to get as fucked up as you want to be on a night out?
Like a lot.
Well, how many? 10?
Yeah,
10
like
cocktails.
7 or 8. Yeah, to get actually drunk.
So
but I don't do that. I will just do shots. If I actually want to be drunk, I'll have shots.
8 cocktails at 12 quid a pop.
Are you average? Yeah, I suppose.
Woo!
Yeah. Which is why I don't do that.
Yeah, and one night out at the weekend, by the time you've got to the end of the month, you're basically 400 quid deep.
That's why people don't do it.
Your mortgage just went up 500. Yeah. You ain't going nowhere. And if cocktail place can't sell cocktails, he or she can't pay their mortgage. Mm-hmm. So forget about it. We're all getting fucked. But what I was also trying to say is that for the young as well, Hannah, you keep dropping shit. You've knocked over your bottle. You just dropped a pen. What are we doing here? What is this?
It's pretty normal. Hey, I have not fallen off this stool since the first time I fell off this stool, so we should all be grateful right now. Actually, I think you want me to fall off this stool so that we can you've been framed it.
I wish I had a fucking trapdoor handle over here. Just not the Graham Norton chair back, but rather a full blown.
What, back into your cage
seat.
Where you're keeping all the people?
Seat. Imagine if I could.
Do you know what? As you said that, a trapdoor, I just imagined me having an ejector seat for you and you just shooting through the roof.
Yeah, one of us goes down and one goes up.
But you'll never know which one's which.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. 2 buttons.
Yeah.
One of them sends enough electricity through your ass that your air catches on fire and you can't speak properly for a month. Yeah. The other one, £500 in the bank. Would you take the 50-50?
No. I've only just grown my hair back.
All right, then. What about if the value was more for the winning button? At what cost would it?
No. I have only just grown my hair back. Nothing will make me burn my hair off.
No value?
No.
What, so for £10 million you wouldn't wear a wig?
No. You know how stressful it was when I was losing my hair.
If someone said, I'll shave your head for £10 million, you wouldn't do it?
I don't think I could because my confidence was so low not having just my normal hair.
Hannah, I would let someone full wax my entire body, cover me in goose fat and fire me out of a cannon for about 250 grand.
Right, anyone listening, if you've got 250 grand, can you get in touch? Because that's a lot of things to watch.
Grease me up, shave me down, grease me up, fire me out. I'm ready to go. I'll put it on TV.
Sell a house.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. If that's what it takes, I am down. And I don't mean, I'm saying it now because no one will have to do it. If I am in the situation where someone's got a cheque for £250,000 and they say, right, Cannon's there, we've shaved you down, greased you up, get in, we're going to fucking shoot you into the channel. I'm getting in.
All right.
Big crowd.
I do it for most things but my hair. And I'm not even being a girl about that. It's like that was very upsetting losing my hair. But most other things I'd probably
you're not
try.
losing your hair, you're shaving your head. Your hair will grow back and your
Yeah, but how long has it taken my hair to grow back? a very long
I
time.
don't know about your hair. I'm not Tony and Guy over here. I'm just a dickhead. I don't know.
No, to be fair, you didn't ever notice the difference.
I don't think there ever was a difference. I think you've got dysmorphia.
You're the only person who didn't notice the difference.
I've never seen you without hair. I've never seen you without hair on your head.
No.
I've never looked at your head and thought, oh, there's a big
She's a bit
patch
bald.
missing. Never once. It's never happened.
That's good.
Has
That's
it ever
good.
happened?
No.
Well, then what are we
But I
talking
did have
about?
patches, so I covered it well, didn't I?
Okay, but no to the 10 million.
Not for my hair being on fire.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
well, hold on. 10 million.
Oh, my God.
Would it be a really good wig? And could I have, what are they called, a trichologist?
I don't know, Hannah. Do you know what? Forget about it now. You've upset me with all this. You're just, you're part of this young problem. 10 million's not enough to shave your fucking
Excuse
head.
me. No, that's principle.
For £10 million?
No, like, it means that money isn't much of a thing for me as much as my own well-being.
For £10 million, you could fire a rocket out of my arsehole. I don't care. Do you
You'd
know
probably enjoy that.
what?
So, you know.
All right. I do it for free, just for you.
Right. There's fireworks in the loft.
Be nice if there was a target.
Rude.
Yeah, and going back to what I was saying about the young is what also is very difficult for them is, I remember there being no social media, and I remember that when you met people, you didn't really know what every kind of person was like. We didn't put everybody in the she's rich,
No.
he's poor
No.
categories. It was about the tapestry of you as a person. How good your jokes were, because people talked a lot more. How good your jokes were made you. What have you been up to?
I love that.
And no one knew what you'd been up to.
Yeah.
Because
and then you had a full conversation.
Media.
I don't use social media. I hate it. I absolutely hate social media. Like, I won't update it, like, very, very rarely. And even then, I think when it has been updated, other people have done it for me. So it's not even something that I do. I love being able to speak to someone and go, what have you been up to? And then they tell me. I love, like, the surprises of it. Or, I've just been on holiday to so-and-so. Or, this big thing has happened in my life. Or, did you know so-and-so is going to have a baby? And when they tell me, they get to see my reaction too. And I get to have that reaction.
Human.
As opposed to just sitting there going, so someone's pregnant. Like, it's completely
nuts.
I'm not made for this time. I'm made for way
nuts.
before
and
now.
People need to figure this element out. The idea that, try to imagine you were in that bar where everyone smokes and everybody's having a good time and nobody knows about each other, and you see your mate John. John comes over, all right, John, how you doing? What you been doing? Oh, you fucking hell, started jet skiing. It's been jet skiing every weekend. What, you nutter? What, and you crashed it face down, big chunk of mud on the front of it. My God. And then, Bill comes in. Bill, you got to listen. John started jet skiing, nutty bastard.
I love that.
It's gone.
I love that,
It's gone.
though. It's weird because it's very odd because you want to kind of find that again, and it's not really easy because also when you used to, even when I was younger, you'd go into a bar or whatever and you'd actually talk to people.
That's
now they stick to their own groups and it's really rare to sort of integrate. You might just sort of make friends a little later in the evening when everyone's a bit drunk. But if you saw them again the next day, most of the time they don't look at you or talk to you. It's like so strange.
Your
Whereas
tactile social nature,
Yeah.
which is you inherent
Yeah.
as an ape, of going up and saying, John, how are you?
Yeah.
Da, da, da,
It's
is
been stripped.
taken away by the preemptive social media.
Yeah.
So your relationship with John and Bill is now not something you discuss,
No.
but just something you all know about each
Yeah,
other.
it's awkward.
And there's no
it's
reason
so weird.
to discuss it, because unless you're relevant there, you're not relevant anywhere.
It ends conversations. It's like, I went away to Norfolk. Oh yeah, I saw the photos. That looks great.
No, you'd start it with, I saw your holiday to Norfolk.
Yeah, but then there's nothing else to talk about
No.
because they know
Yeah, we had a
where
great
you went.
time,
They were like, oh
yeah.
yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So Jesus Christ! Like I actually sit with my family and show them holiday pictures, or sometimes I will send them on WhatsApp. But I will sit there and go, look at these pictures, and they're like, I get to see them, and they ask me questions about places, that we've been or anything like that. They will sit there and they'll do that, and it's so lovely. My nan loves that.
Right.
I could just WhatsApp stuff to my nan,
Yeah.
but it's not. She's not gonna get the same thing, and she can sit there and she loves it. She sits looking through it. But all those conversations with family, with friends, with, acquaintances at the pub have gone.
That's gone.
They've just
all
gone
into the media.
They've just gone.
Yeah, so big companies can make money. They've taken away your human nature. And at some point or another, people are going to wake up to it. At the moment, we're still kind of in this bubble of thinking it's all the new world. But at some point or another, people are going to go, you know what? This fucking phone has ruined my life.
I agree
and my
with
kids'
it.
lives and my friends' lives and everybody's life. And do you know what? This now is tacky.
Yeah.
This
I hate mine.
This thing with the thing and the thing, tacky.
Yep.
And do you know what? It's not fun to have one of these.
No.
And,
Stressful. It's just stress.
It'll be fashionable to not use their apps.
Can I start that fashion?
To not update your stuff on social media. To not feel like you need to be valid there. And we'll have a term for the first people that do it in society. We'll call them the smoke and mirror people, or the hiddens, or the whatever, some sort of fucking hashtag fuck off social media, name for them that they're known by. And you see one when you're out, and he knows that you're one, or she knows that you're one. You're not going to find them on social media because they don't believe in it, and you don't believe in it. It's a whole movement. It's gathering momentum, and people get together, and I have to say, John, what you been doing? And it feels wonderful.
Yeah.
It feels a renewed world.
Yeah.
And the sooner we can get back to the tactile nature of being human together, the better.
Yeah.
Get the initial point that I was trying to make about this is that, again, with the young, what's really, really fucking tough for them is that not only do they not stand a chance of getting this dream job after going through all the education, doing everything they're told they're supposed to do, and at the end still ending up being a wanker, never being able to afford a home of their own, barely standing a chance of, not living with their family, stuff like that. I mean, it's so unreasonable. But also, a really important part of it to consider is that they're all on the social media because they were born on it. They don't know a world without it like I do. Do you do? Yeah, you know a world without it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so they don't know a world without it, where they grew up and went out and da. So how do they measure themselves against other people? Well, they go on and they see, I'm a billionaire, I'm a cocksucker, I'm a fucking, here's my Bugatti, here's my Rolex, here's me on holiday in Dubai, here's me on holiday in Jamaica, here's me on holiday in the US, here's me getting rolls of money and throwing them out, yeah, right? Here's me on my speedboat, here's me, yeah, and they look at their phone in their room, in their mum's house, and they go, I'm a loser.
I should have all of these things.
I'm a loser.
Yeah.
I'm a loser. I can't get a decent job. And even if I do go out and work my arse off in a decent job or a half decent job, I can never even dream of owning a home ever. I know what I'll do. I'll try and bury my head in the sand by, I don't know, looking at my phone because it's attached to my face all day long. Oh, what's happening on there? Oh, there we go. Turns out I was right. I am a loser. I've got no life. I've got no chance of being one of these people who've done whatever they've done to become some sort of billionaire on social media. We're all just at a distance. I've got no real friends who I can talk to properly and interact with because I don't know the rich tapestry of people anymore because it's not invited. It doesn't exist. There's no pubs. There's no clubs for me to go to. I can't be anything but, So it's like now it's, go out, become a billionaire or you're a fucking loser. And that's it. That's all there is. That's all there is for them.
Yeah.
And it upsets me so much for them. It upsets me. Now, I'm at an age where I don't care.
No, because you lived without it and I lived without it. So I know how good life is without it.
Well, I also with the idea of, chasing the pan note or becoming,
Just be happy.
Yeah, becoming this like billionaire, and people say, "Oh, the money buys freedom" and all that, and those things are true, of course, right? But to what extent?
Yeah.
To what extent are you free? Yeah, you're in Dubai, or yeah, you're in. I keep saying Dubai. Dubai's not a bad place. My brother lives there, but it's just an example of where a lot of people go and they flash things and stuff like that on the social media. But like lots of places around the world
Yeah.
where they're flash and they're showing this and they're showing that. I don't see the reason that that's a good thing if you're there and you're not finding out who you are. People used to want to really develop who they were as a person, discover who they were as a person, discover the thick, rich tapestry of their soul, learn who they were. And, there was a time when, like you could meet someone and they were a fantastic musician.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. They didn't ever become famous. But when you knew them, it was special. Hearing them play, hearing them sing, hearing their devotion to it, you know. That maybe they never did anything big with it. They never had a social media.
But there's something so real and authentic about that, though, isn't there?
It's
It's pure. It's just lovely.
Someone you met
Yeah.
and had a personal relationship with that you and a small group of others who knew them at that special moment in time that was shared just between you lot. Could be 120 people.
Yeah.
But what it isn't is billions of people all at the same time. And your whole approach to life is one part removed from anything you're in. Yeah. Because your perception of you is only measured by your perception of you according to others. It's not about the relationships that you form one-to-one with the people that you meet on your journey. It's about how you are perceived by the biggest mass audience possible and how much fucking money you can get off the back of that.
It's just made everything not special.
It's taken away the...
okay, I can't wait to go away to here. I can't wait to go and discover the food. Well, most people nowadays would have looked on social media, seen a million other people go there for the special, like, donut thing or whatever, and they already know what to expect. There's not the wow moment.
Yeah.
There is no wow moments anymore because everything you've already seen. People are posting their, where they've been, on hikes and then they've come across this beautiful, stunning beach or waterfall. Yeah. Well, you go, I want to go there, but you're not exploring and finding it for yourself. You've already seen it.
You've seen it.
So there's no wow moment. Like the world feels really like just one step removed from itself.
Feels like
it's really,
Feels like everything you do is already advertised. So you know what you're going to be doing before you get there.
Yeah, no, I love turning up somewhere. And I love going but not knowing a thing about it and just trying to find out for yourself.
Oh, John, we found this place, right? You've got to go. You might not find it, but you got to go down the cliff and when you get there, you'll know, mate. Yeah. You'll know. Maybe you find it, maybe you don't. Yeah. You can't phone me to ask for directions, so fuck you if you don't. Yeah. But if you do.
But then those are when you get those wow moments because you're like, oh my god, look at this, because you don't know what.
He was right. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. And or take another example. Like, have you ever met that Joan? She lives down by the river. She's got this fucking old wooden shack, ain't worth nothing, falling down, weird looking woman, Anyway, I got talking to her the other day. Wow. She actually went and fought in the Vietnam War. It's amazing. She did. And her life, I mean, she had, a lot of her family have passed away and she had kids. Unfortunately, some of them were, killed. Some of them survived, and she sees them from time to time. She chooses to live down there, reads a lot. She doesn't have any electricity at night. Like, this is like you're forming this, like writing the pages of a book. Obviously, this is completely fictional, and I'm just bullshitting off the wall. But the reality is that you're building this rich tapestry of someone that you can meet who's had this huge wealth of life experience, instead of going, oh, you should see my life, here it is, it's in pictures on here, I did that, oh, and then we were there, and do you know what, further than that, no fucker prints them anymore.
No,
they're just on here.
I hate that.
You don't print them off.
Yeah,
There's no day where you sit down with your family and go through all the family albums on a boring Sunday or at Christmas because no one's printed fuck all. I don't want to sit next to you on your phone going through your pictures, but I'd love to sit down and look through your family album.
Yeah,
I miss life. I miss when people had content to them. Yeah. Not content about them.
Yeah. And not copying everybody else too. I hate that.
Yeah, and you're closer to it than I am.
age-wise.
Your experience is very much more.
I'd say I'm age-wise, but I'm a lot more hippie than you. Like, I will just shut off. I won't answer people. You will answer your phone very quickly, straight away. I will go, I don't want to do my phone today, and I won't look at it, and I will avoid it.
No, you're full of shit. You literally will go on your phone and say, this one's been doing that one's been doing that. Look at these pictures of so-and-so, what they up to.
When do I do that?
You do that all the time.
Very rare. No, I don't. That's not fair.
You are one of those people. You are one of those people.
No, that's not fair.
Okay. Have you got Instagram?
I've got all of it, but I don't use it. My last post of Instagram was like 2019.
Not your post. When's the last time you went on it?
Oh, I don't know.
Not long ago, right?
No, it wouldn't have been long ago.
You're a fucking liar.
Yeah, because it's like an escapism thing. People do it. I do that. I'm not saying that.
You just said you didn't.
No, but equally, like you do the same thing. You go on shorts. It's an escapism thing. Yeah. It's an escapism. It's like a relaxing
when I'm on the
thing.
Toilet.
Wonderful news.
I used to read the shampoo. I miss reading the shampoo. That's all we had, the shampoo. You read the back of the shampoo. I want to know what selenium is.
Yeah, we've all
What's
done that.
What's it all about?
No. But out of choice, I think both of us, if we could throw our phones in a river and not have to look at them ever again, we would actually do it.
Let's ask another question. Could we do it?
Apart from the business, yes.
No, but could we do it? In spite of everything, could we just launch our phones into the river tomorrow and still survive?
Yeah.
How? How would you bank?
Yeah, I mean, that is tricky, but yeah.
How would you pay for things?
Well, you do it on your laptop.
No.
You can't go into
out and about, you can still use your card. You can still use cash, right? But you can't check your balance now at this point unless you
can in an ATM.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to go out to an ATM.
Yeah, you just but lots of people don't have banking on their phone.
Okay, the social media's gone, and we both agree that that's a good thing. Yeah. Right, the phone's in the river. Social media's gone. You got to bank the old way. It's not the end of the world. No, you can still do that. You can
I've said to you so many times.
You can still buy things. Now, how are you gonna order a takeout?
Call them.
With what?
Well,
a landline.
You'd need a landline. You would need a phone. Right. Like, they worked that out quite a number of decades ago that you do need a phone.
Can you still get a landline?
I think you can.
Right.
You can, but they're a bit strange. But yeah, you can get a landline.
Okay, so you'd have this landline, and that's how you'd call for your takeout.
But how lovely is that? Because when you're out, you're out. You're not being interrupted. You're just enjoying yourself. And then when you're home, people can contact you then, or they leave you a voicemail message.
I'm getting excited.
I love that. Like, I have to do it for myself a lot of the time. I'll get so many phone calls in a day that I'm like, I know that person's just calling me for a chat. I can't do it right now. I'm too busy. But I would do it later when I got home.
Bing, what's up?
Honestly, it's horrible. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I avoid my phone like that for as much as possible.
What are you doing?
I could do it. I could do it.
I'm just preparing dinner. Bing, WhatsApp. What are you doing? I'm just I'm just in the middle of fixing my car.
But also, do you not think the phone also, the amount of anxiety it's caused people? Think about this logically. You used to have a problem with something. You would write a letter of complaint. You would send that complaint in the post, and it would take a number of days to arrive somewhere.
Exactly.
You would then have to wait for them to write the reply and send it back to you, by which point you have calmed down.
Yeah, and they've had a chance to address it because they're not being asked to address 10,000 things so much in 50 seconds flat.
100%. It's the stress and the pressure of the instant and the constant that has caused so many things, like the social anxiety we have, stress, depression. You know, they're saying so many of us have ADHD now. Well, yeah, because our brains are having to work 10 million times quicker than they were ever designed to do.
Yep.
You know, just those things. I've always said to you, I would much rather live in a world where we send letters and then I can, I'll write a letter and I'll send it, and then I just wait for a few days for a reply.
The hypocrisy is, of course, that we're doing this whole thing for YouTube.
I know.
And we're doing this whole thing for podcasting, which is, again, on the phone. However,
we'll set up a stage show. If we drop everything, everyone can come and visit.
Yeah, if everybody wants to join us and throw their fucking phones in the river, we'll just put this on the radio.
Yes.
We'll do it on the radio. We'll get a big fuck off antenna.
Yep.
On top of the little.
You can get a little, like they used to do it on a boat, didn't they? Like the pirate radio. We'll get a boat. We'll put the antenna on the boat, and we'd have we'll be like our own pirate radio.
We're getting a boat. We're getting a boat, baby.
Yes. Great plans. Shall we finish this quite intense episode with a joke of the day?
Oh, it's a stupid joke. Yeah, I'll do it. All right. So, joke of the day is I lost my job at the bank, Hannah. Some old lady asked me to check her balance. I pushed her over.
Oh no.
That's terrible. My daughter
No.
actually told me that.
No,
joke, so
but
it's a steal.
you would do something
Shout
like
out
that.
to you, Gracie.
You would definitely do that. There's something that you said the other day, and I
What?
can't
I
remember
would
what
push
it was.
over an old lady.
No, you would hear it wrong. What was it? Was it today?
What?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to think about that because it was really funny. You do
Doesn't
come out with
matter.
different things than
But
what's actually being said.
Just before we do wrap this up, because we have gone on a long time,
Mm.
just check one more thing. So, wait a minute. So, on the phone, we got rid of the social media.
Mm.
We don't have the banking. Maps. So, we'd have to go back to having an old GPS.
I know, that's scary.
Is it?
GPS or a map?
No.
Like a paper atlas
No,
map?
we'd have a TomTom.
Oh,
Remember
that's
TomTom?
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you have a TomTom.
That's
but
easy.
not the phone.
No.
And what else is on the phone that we use that we really do need? I'm trying to think. So, parking apps. But
Well,
there's always a machine,
a
isn't there?
because there's a lot of
So I'd
older
have
people.
to start carrying a lot more coins with me.
You
And
would
of course
have
I've
to
got my
carry a
card.
digital camera if you want to take photos. You know, like
No.
on nights out when you used to have a digital camera to take
No, I
photos
wouldn't.
with your friends.
No, I wouldn't take photos.
No, but you
Because
don't like them, but a lot of people do.
No, photos would be a rarity, and that's a consequence of
Yeah,
what?
but you used to go out and take digital cameras on a night out.
Yeah, now
You-
and
no,
again,
you
very
did. You
rarely,
told me you did.
rarely. Yeah, but no, it wasn't a thing. Most people didn't want people to know what they were up to.
Or
Because
gym
everybody was out
apps.
doing
That would be
drugs.
the hardest, not booking in for a gym class in time.
Well,
We'd have to
that'd be
call them.
Again, a consequence of war.
Yeah.
I think, like, it, you know.
There's nothing really. There is nothing.
There's
I'm
nothing.
looking through and
No,
it's just a pile of
nothing.
nothing.
I am tempted to literally give it another. See how many people I can get to agree to do it, and literally
What, join the group?
video,
Throwing it away.
video myself on an old fucking 8mm wind-up camera, throwing this thing in the river and trying a life without it.
I feel like we're starting a cult.
I feel like it's a fantastic social experiment
I do.
to see how somebody gets on
Yeah.
without it. I don't want to know anything that anyone's doing. I want it all to be a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I want to do everything the old way, you know.
So cool.
We'll try for a month, you know,
I love that.
and then report back. How did it go?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Is your mental health
Who's already
better?
doing that out there though? That's what we want to know as
No,
well.
people-
Someone must be doing it.
No, they're not. They're not.
There's
I'm
got to
telling
be.
you, they're
There's
not.
got to be
Not-
some people.
Maybe in third world countries, but not out of choice.
Oh, I don't know.
In the West, we're all wankers. Sorry, everybody. It's been lovely. Hannah, ta-da, darling.
Bye.